Hi guys, welcome back to Dubventures. Hope you're all doing splendidly well, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Yes, I said that quite early, but it's worth it, and be part of the Dubventures community. Right, today's video, as we all know, this year it's not been the best year for many different reasons, but we don't need to go into all that negativity. Now the thing is, with what's been going on, the campervan, like motorhome, caravan, like tents, you know, the sort of like the outdoor living, the community of that has like really increased. Like the sales of campervans and motorhomes has increased, caravans and so on. So it's obviously becoming like a booming industry because a lot of people are choosing to sort of like have a staycation type of holiday rather than take like the risk of like, you know, holidaying like abroad and things like that. So because that's been going on, and obviously we have a YouTube channel and you guys, you know, kindly watch our you know, content and everything, and we get a lot of positive feedback from you, we get asked a lot of questions from sort of like new van lifers. Now we do get questions from like experienced van lifers as well, because there's things that we do, you know, that other people haven't thought of when we're out in our camper van and things, and vice versa. There's a lot of things, you know, that like that you guys tell us, you know, have we seen this, have we tried this, have we been here, have we done that, you know, so we take advice from you guys as well. Now because we do get asked a lot of questions, what we've decided to do today, for the people that are going to be getting a camper van in like 2021, you know, and like having like big plans of travel and everything, which is going to be amazing. I'm excited for you guys as well. We know a lot of people that we've been talking to have been saying that they're getting a camper van and so on, you know, and we're staying like in touch with them and that, you know, because we're excited to see, like hear their stories and everything as well, like what they get up to and all their adventures and everything. But like I said, we've been asked like quite a few questions. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to give you guys our 5 top tips about what advice we can give you if you're just starting out in the van life world. Now like I said, there's going to be some of you guys that are experienced watching this, you know, but some of these tips might like help you as well. Now what we're going to do is when we give you the tips, you know, there might be some advice that you guys can give us, and put it in the comments below, you know, if you sort of like consider anything is essential. And now we're talking like real essentials here, you know, like just to like get you up, out, going and everything. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Now before we do that, what we need to do is we need to take Thor, our little fur baby. If you are new to the channel, I'll put a picture of him here. That's our little fur baby Thor. He comes everywhere with us when we're camping. He needs a bit of a haircut and everything, so we're taking him to the groomers. We're going to get him a haircut because that's something that we're not going to attempt to do ourselves. It's not fair on him. Yeah, so basically we're going to take him to the groomers, get him a haircut, and then what we're going to do then, when we've been there, we're going to take Thor for a walk and give you guys our 5 top tips about getting into the van life.
Bacon and egg, yeah?
Yeah, with orange juice, please.
Right guys, that's a quick bite to eat and quick breakfast. Like I said, it is really early in the morning. It was the only time we could get Thor in for his groom. We've got about an hour and a half now before we can pick Thor up, and it's going to be longer to actually go home and come back. So what we're going to do is we've got some planning to do for some of these trips next year, so we're going to get on with that before we go and pick Thor up. Right guys, we've come to the forest to take Thor for a walk now. You're probably going to notice Thor's got his combat jacket on. And why is that?
It's muddy. It's
muddy, and obviously we've just took him to the groomers, so we don't really want him to be getting like full of mud and everything. Not just yet, not after he's just had his cut. So, right, so guys, you're thinking about getting a camper van, or you might have already got one, and you're all set for 2021. Now, our first tip is, it sounds obvious, I know, it's really obvious, but it's something that you need to think about. You need to get the right base van if you're going to convert it yourself that's actually suitable for you. Because yeah, it's great thinking like you'll get the biggest camper van and everything, and you know, and get like a big motorhome and everything, but is that actually right for you? For example, if you're like a man or a woman and you're intending on traveling on your own, do you really like need a big huge motorhome size sort of like van? You don't, do you really? So you know, you basically, what you want to do is you want to work it out so that you're getting something like, if you're on your own, just like a like a small van type of thing, and obviously if you've got kids and so on, you know, you need a bigger van. But what you need to do is you need to think about that before you get the van, because just getting the biggest van possible isn't really the best way to go about it, because it's not practical, is it?
No.
And the other thing is as well, as great as it would be to have a pop top for us, we don't need one, do we?
No.
But our friend Aaron, he's got kids and he's just had a pop top fitted to his van. So I know it's an obvious one, guys, but like, think about it. You know, it is something you need to, like, you know, don't just like get sort of like sucked into it and think that you want the biggest sort of like van possible, because that's not the right way to do it. So find the right van for you and work it out what size you need, and that's your start.
Second tip, guys, is keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. Now, a lot of people get sort of like sucked in by the luxury of when they see some camper vans with like all the fancy equipment. Oh, look at the mud there. Oh, we don't want him going in that. Yeah, he's got his combat suit on, but we still don't want him going on that. But yeah, some people sort of like get like sucked in by the absolute luxurious sort of like typical camper van look. Like you go inside and it's all got like the fancy units and everything. Do you really need all that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with having all that. And do you know what? If we had like money,
use it and stuff as well.
and I mean, if we had the money to sort of like float the van like that, you know, we'd have all like fancy sort of like cupboards and everything. But I mean, our camper van, you know, if this is the first time on the channel, we've just got like a rock and roll bed, and as the pod, we use like a camping furniture. But it works for us, doesn't it? You know, it like absolutely works for us. So what I'm saying is, like, find out what's important to you. You know, if you want like luxury and things,
even if we like decided to get a proper conversion done, we probably won't have a cooker in it anyway.
Guys, that's another thing. You know, like if you're thinking of like, you know, getting your van and like you've got plans for like doing it up and everything, are you going to cook in your van? Because how many people have we met that have got like all the fancy units and everything, it's all singing and dancing,
and they've still got all the labels on
and they've
there.
still got like in the cooking facilities, they've got like the labels still on, and what do they say? They say, oh, I'm not cooking in the van, it'll smell. And well, right, okay, well, why would you pay all that money to have all that sort of like equipment put in the van? Again, if money's not an issue, then, you know, go for it. You know, we're not saying don't do that, but what we say,
you could just have a unit without the cooker there, because then it's extra space for you to do things on.
yeah, like I said, it does come down to like cost, but you know, like most people, like ourselves, you know, we've not got money to like throw at things like that. So, you know, stick to the basics. You don't need to go all out. Just stick to the basics. Keep it simple.
Yep.
The third tip, guys, is have the right gear. But remember, you're not at home, are you?
Nope.
So that means you don't need to take all the pots and pans. Oh, come this way. Okay. Come on, you. You don't need to take all your pots and pans. You know, like, you don't need to take your house with you, because if you're getting like into the van life lifestyle, you'll quickly find out that you don't need them all. So, I mean, we've just got one frying pan,
one pan and a ridge monkey,
and like knives and forks, and obviously the cookers. You know, that's like pretty much it. It's quite simple, you know what I mean? But one thing that we will say is a bit of a tip. I just need to be careful that I'm not gonna like fall down here as I did, so just give me 1 second, guys, as I kind of under here. I don't want to be falling. Oh. Yeah, what I will say is something that we found out for ourselves. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Thor's, he's off. Yeah, one thing that we found out quite quickly is buying cheap pots and pans. This is quickly going to turn into a comedy show.
This way.
Yeah, look over this way. Yeah, we found out buying cheap pots and pans is false economy, because I tell you now, if they're non-stick they're not non-stick quality ones, and you end up burning some food or something, when you're camping, it's an absolute nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to sort of like scrape like the food off your pots and pans. So basically what I'm saying is, don't scrimp and scrape on your pots and pans, buy quality ones. And Ridge Monkey, they are a quality one, aren't they? So,
yeah.
But right, they're off. Right, I'm gonna see if I can get some level ground before I give you the next tip, guys. Right, we're on a bit more level ground now, so I can concentrate a bit more. But like adding on to that, the other thing is as well, you know, you need to sort of like take like the basic. Thor spotted a dog over there. We need to. Look at that. You spotted some dogs, Thor?
This way, come on.
Yeah, sorry, we're going to keep getting distracted while we're in here. Let's head down there. Yeah, the other thing is as well, you know, you want to sort of like get some like essential basic items. This is dangerous, this Brooke. Slipping everywhere and everything. Yeah, get some like essential basic items. Now, one of the things that we would definitely suggest that you get is some type of cooling facility that you can use in your van. Now, we don't have a fridge or anything, and we've not had a fridge in like, you know, the few years that we've had the van and everything. But what do we have, Brooke?
A cool box.
We have a cool box. Now, we actually did a camping trip when we first got our van in Scotland. We did a couple of weeks, didn't we?
Yeah.
And basically we ended up spending a lot of money because all we was doing is like just hopping from shop to shop trying to get some food because we didn't have the facilities to get any fresh food and to sort of like store it and keep it and everything. Nearly. Are you stuck though? I think I was stuck. Don't laugh at him. But yeah, so what we had to do, we had to sort of like keep buying sort of like, you know, fresh food on the way around because we couldn't store it. But we found obviously having a cool box, and we've just done this 11-day trip to Scotland, that, you know, a cool box is definitely needed. Now the thing is, we can compare both. We've had a cool box, we haven't had a cool box. It's definitely recommended you get one for your camping trips. Why not, guys? So the other thing is as well, the other thing is as well, obviously you're going to be sleeping in your van. So the thing is, you need some quality sleeping bags. Don't scrimp on the sleeping bags. I need to get off this 1 minute. Like I said, why not? Yeah, you know, we don't have a heater in our van, do we?
No.
Now, we've had,
Not like a diesel heater.
No, not a diesel heater or anything. Now, when we go to campsites, we do hook up and sort of like use electric, and we've got like a fan heater. And it works for us. Now, we've never been well camping, and we keep saying we need to do it. I mean, this was the year we were supposed to do it. Yeah, we are going to be doing it. Now, if you're setting your campervan up, I mean, it's just our opinion. I don't think it's essential to like straight away get a heater. But if you're going to be well camping and it's cold and everything, you know, then, you know, it probably is a good idea. But for us, it's not like needed. No. But at night time, if you've got a quality sleeping bag,
if we go well camping, we're probably going to be like, no, we need to get a heater.
Yeah, of course. But like, you know, obviously we're only telling you like, obviously like what we've done and everything, like, you know, our opinion. But that being said, like I say, if you don't have a heater, a good quality bag, pay the money and do your research, pay the money, because it made a massive difference to us. We were just using duvets, weren't we? And you know, and then
probably heard us mention it a lot of times. The first time we went wild camping before we had when we went camping, we went to a campsite before we had anything. We didn't even have the hookup.
We hadn't. So it was just we had a blow-up mattress in the back.
We had a blow-up mattress in the back, and we just
went to a campsite.
And it was -4, and it was freezing, and we was like, oh my god.
We thought, is this what campervan's all about? But do you know what? That's going to bring us on to another tip in a minute.
Tip 4: stay organised.
Just like Brooke said, stay organised. Now, what we found when we go on camping trips, it takes time. Again, we're going to talk about that in the next tip. But basically, you need to stay organised. Now, the easiest way that we stay organised is, number one, you have to keep everything tidy. And the other main thing is, we have designated jobs, don't we? This isn't something we planned, it's just something that we ended up doing. For example, if we get to a campsite, it's worked out that, well, what's the first thing you do? You put the window blinds on, don't you? And when Brooke does that, I get the rock and roll bed in the bed position. Then I take Thor for a walk.
And I make the bed, get everything ready.
Yeah, so, you know, so let's stay organised. Oh, yeah, and that's what we do. Oh, Thor has just said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already,
you need to
press that button that's just underneath here. Pressed it? Excellent, because you know what? We're in dangerous territory here bringing it to you guys. And Thor just said thank you.
Tandle Hill Park.
Yeah, we're at Tandle Hill Park if anybody's like watching. Bless you. Right, Thor's off. So the other thing is with staying organised, believe us when we say this, keep your campervan or motorhome or, you know, just as tidy as you would at home if you know, like me, a bit of a clean freak type of thing. Put everything away. It just makes it feel a lot fresher. And then, like at night time and so on, you're looking at the view, and at night time and so on, make sure that the van is ready and fresh, ready for the morning. You don't want to be waking up in the morning going, oh, where's my phone charger, where's this, you know. Tidy up. If you've got any rubbish in the van, don't leave it in the van overnight. Don't, like, say when you're cooking and like you've tidied up a bit, oh, put it in the bin after, because after it's probably going to be a bit colder, it's going to be raining, you know, you're going to be tired and you're going to be like, I'll just do it in the morning. You don't want to be doing that. It's a bad habit to get into. But talking about phone chargers and so on that I've just said,
storage ideas, obviously, and storage is a big massive one in your camper van. So you'll all think of your own ideas the more you do it, but our little tips that we can give you
to stay organised is,
we use pencil cases for a lot of things. We use them for phone chargers, cables, wires. We use them for our cutlery.
Well, you can get like big like pencil cases, and we've even got one for our, like, we've got like an insect net that like we can put up on the window.
Net, and we put that in.
And that's in a pencil case, because again, everything's like organised.
Some other storage ideas that we've used are, we have like big plastic tubs that we use for underneath the bed. We have all our pots in there, and obviously different for different things. We have for tea and coffee and things, we use little food tubs rather than taking big ones.
Yeah, you don't need to take like your full box of tea bags and stuff. Yeah,
even if you're going away
little
for 2
food
weeks,
tubs.
if you have hundreds of coffees, you're never going to use a tub that big. Then we have, like, you know, when you're going on holiday and you can put like your toiletries into smaller bottles, we got them ourselves, and we use one for washing up liquid, one for like olive oil for cooking. Rather than taking big tubs, we put them into the smaller ones, and we still have everything we need.
Like I get, you need to keep everything sort of like minimal. You know, you don't want to be taking like we said before, don't take like your whole house with you.
One of those little tubs, it was about this big, that I filled with washing up liquid, we took to Scotland with us. I only used half of that to wash all the pots.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, always doing it every day.
Still came out with half, so that's last year easily a month.
That's one of the organised things we've got. What's the organisation of that? I do the cooking.
And I store everything.
And you do the washing up.
Oh yeah, I do the washing up.
Yeah, that's one of sort of little things. Like I said, I know we're like jumping back onto that, but it's definitely a good idea to obviously, you know, have your own designated job. Just makes it easier, you know, so you can get on with it. If you have any good
storage ideas,
put it in the comments below, because, you know, as I said,
be able to help us.
Like I said, we don't have like a typical like
cargo nets.
Cargo nets, that's another great one. So, but yeah, we're even colour coordinated, aren't we? If we need like the cables, you know, for the chargers and that, it's the
pink one.
It's the pink one and so on. You know, it just makes it easier. And you know what you don't want to be doing when you're like out, you know, on your new camper van and you're out there living the van life. You don't want to be stressing about these little things. You want to get out and enjoy stuff like this. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, right. Let's get on to tip number 5, which for us is really, really important. The 5th tip, guys. Now, this is one where sort of like speaking like from personal experience and like other people that have sort of like, you know, done van life trips and everything. If it's the first time that you're getting into this lifestyle and, you know, you're all excited, you know, you've got your van coming, you've done your conversion, however you've done it, you've got all your essential gear, you know, and hopefully you took some tips from this video. Now, what we will say is, for the first sort of like few trips that you do, we would say start small and build up. Now, what I mean by that is what you don't want to be doing is saying, I'm really excited, I'm going on a 2-week trip, because that can sort of like give you a false sort of like idea of what like van life's like. Now, what I mean by that is, let's just say you're off, you're going, and you're doing a 2-week trip. Let's just say, you know, you've got an awning or something, or all your equipment, you set it up in your garden, it's perfect. But what you didn't take into account was that when you get to the campsite, it may be raining, it may be cold, you know, it might be even like too hot at the opposite end of the sort of like scale. Because you've not stayed in your camper van before, you might think that, you know, oh, this is what van life is. It's raining, it's cold, and then
like our example before about our first night.
Like I said, our first night, we went. I mean, we was going to Cornwall. And we did a 1-night stay, didn't we? And we thanks, Thor. Yeah, you enjoying that? Yeah, thanks. And basically, what did we say? Is this what van life is? Yeah. Because we didn't know any better. Now, the thing is, if you get out there and you sort of like, 1 minute, Thor's put his lid there, so I'll just have to come around here. and you know, you think you're organised, but you've not got the experience of like going places and staying over. Like I said, so you get to your campsite, it's raining, it's cold, it's muddy, you've forgot some equipment, it's not as easy to put up the awning or set up your cooking facilities. You know, you do have to cook in your van because it's raining, and you're thinking, oh, my new van, it's just done it up, it's going to smell and everything. And then you're going to think, oh, I've got 2 weeks of this. It can be a bit disheartening, can't it?
Yeah.
You know, you might think, oh, is this what van life is? Don't get me wrong, you might do it, and like you might like from one day to the next actually go and live in your van. It'd be the best thing you've ever done. But for us, we're only giving you like our experience. We say it's better to start small. Yeah, you're going to be excited to go here, there and everywhere, but we really would say, I would advise, just do a couple of one-nighters, then maybe like do a two-nighter, and then that way you'll find out sort of like if you like with your partner and so on, you've got like your designated jobs and everything, you know, and you work together, you know, so you, like you can make it work. And you know, don't get me wrong, guys, it's the best thing ever. Van life, honestly, it is amazing. If you're a regular viewer of our channel, you'll see how excited we get, how passionate I am and things, and you know, I love it. And it's like, you know, just like coming out in the van, and you know, yeah, we're on a like day trip today type of thing. We've come here, got a lot to do and stuff, you know, but we have been getting asked a lot of questions, and you know, we want to help you guys out and everything. And go on, sorry, but you started saying so. I was getting excited then, you know, talking about it, passionate about it. You know, you forgot what you was going to say.
Well, it would have been a good idea, but you interrupted me like usual.
Like usual. I don't normally usually interrupt to do it, guys. Yeah, you know, the other thing that you don't want to do is compare yourself to sort of like other people that are like, you know, doing van life, because everyone's got different ways of thinking, different ways of doing things. You know, all you have to do is like, you know, type in van life on the internet, you know, you're going to get like all these luxury pictures, and it's normally always like sunny pictures with like half naked men and women living the van life, you know, like at the beach and stuff like that. It ain't always like that. There is times it's like that, but it ain't always like that. So, but yeah, find your own way, you know, find your own system and enjoy your van life and get out there and do some dub ventures. So guys, that's it for today's video. Sorry, it's been a bit sketchy, this video, sort of like when I've been walking and stuff, and a bit like waffly and jumping backwards and forwards and things, but obviously it is a bit slippy. I mean, look how steep it is over there and everything, and obviously over there, and but anyway, we absolutely love it. So guys, I hope that them tips have been informative for you and they've helped you out. If anybody's got any tips, because I know like some people that have got vans and so on will be watching this, and yeah, you might be thinking, well, they're like very basic, like common sense things, but at the end of the day, you know, they might help some people out. And if you have got some like essential tips to, you know, for people like just starting off in van life, put it in the comments below, let us know. The wind's really picking up now, isn't it? So right guys, we're gonna log out now, we're gonna take this guy for a walk, and hopefully it won't get too muddy, because like I said, he's just had his groom. What does everybody need to do, Brooke?
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button, and until the next video guys, bye for now, thanks for watching, see you on the next one, bye!